Hello and welcome to Marital Hate. My name is Doug, and I'm going to kill some time until my co-host gets here, and we'll be full of merriment and mirth. For some reason we wait till the last minute, and then we have to rush out here and kind of freak out. So now we're done freaking out. We are live. We have.
Did you tell them like welcome to Marital Hate?
Well, I said welcome to Marital Hate. I haven't really told them what it is. It's a nightly weeknightly podcast.
78th episode.
178. If you don't know, you
now you know.
Maybe you're coming in a little late. Maybe you're coming in hot, as they say. So
they've been coming in a lot more lately, by the way. We're growing in leaps and bounds.
We've got some good folks.
So we had that guy be like, work on your podcast. We had something like 117,000 impressions or some shit like that.
Yeah, we do all right.
So anyway, I'm Stacy.
I am Douglas.
We do not hate each other.
Not all the time, no.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes, sure.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes more than others.
And sometimes I'm having a bad day and I close out the internet and it takes too much energy to try them on, and my husband tries them on for me.
And it makes her glad and happy.
Did you see the shorts?
I hope not.
By shorts, I mean like video shorts. Did you go live on your page?
I have not. It's live on my page. It's just not set to public yet.
Well,
I will do so right now.
If it's not set to public, the comments do not come in, as we have learned from our good friend.
It is thine done.
Miss Donna. So anyway, do I hear noise?
I think it was from this.
This. It's from this.
No, it's from
you
that.
didn't
Okay. I thought I had muted it.
No, you did not mute it. In any case,
me not mute.
Did you have anything specific today you want to go over?
I had some. We had some news that Wes brought in. I just saw a couple of other news tidbits that were interesting, and that's all I had.
So news. You have news.
Well, I had like a couple funny stories that I came across. I have to find the window.
Well, I will tell you this. I asked our followers, friends, I've asked them a few questions over the last couple days.
Yeah, I thought that was.
And I have been remiss to share the responses to those just because we've had so much other stuff going on. And then also I've got some stories, and then I had some notes from when I was baked last night.
Oh, very good.
We had a little bit of everything to talk about tonight. Some current events.
Yeah.
My thoughts when I was baked.
People love those.
Viewer feedback on various
on those questions.
So,
all right, so I'll just post through these right here. This was in the Washington Post, New York Post today. Fish eater dies after cooking deadly puffer fish given to him as a present. This guy was it
Joe Biden that did it?
No, I don't know why he's on there. Let me see if I can find that window.
He thinks he's a puffer fish today.
We're not going to make any derogatory remarks over this because it wasn't him.
Just did.
Why? So, anyways,
the video.
So this guy was Sergio Gomez. Tragic. I shouldn't laugh at this. It's terrible. Somebody gave him puffer fish. He cleaned it himself.
Apparently not.
An unnamed friend. I just thought there are a lot of things in here like fish eater. Have you ever been referred to as a fish eater?
No, because most people don't know I'm bisexual.
Well, that's the other thing. All right. So, anyways, there he is. That's it's tragic. But he
that is tragic. He's a handsome man.
He
bald, brown. What's wrong with that?
I bet he had an accent too. So he got the gift, and then his buddy gutted the fish, removed the liver, and then boiled and ate it with lemon juice. Less than an hour later, he felt seriously ill. Started to feel numb in his mouth. The patient drove himself to the hospital where he went into cardiac arrest for 8 minutes and suffered from the effects of tetrodotoxin. I can't even say that. Tetrodotoxin.
So you can get puffer fish at some restaurants, and it's like you have to sign a waiver and everything.
Yeah.
And they leave just enough toxin in there so that you get the kiss of death.
Yeah.
So it feels like scary,
so
but there's not.
It's kind of like autoerotic asphyxiation. Is that what it's like?
I don't know. All I know is I kind of have a death wish, so I'm going for fish.
My second story that came up with was, folks, you guys need to know the syphilis cases are skyrocketing. There was a fact in here that was an 80% increase since 2018. Just be careful out there.
Hey,
people.
don't be silly. Put a rubber on your willy. Anne says hello there, and Tracy
hello to
says hello, my favorite people.
favorite people.
Master haters in his house. We love these people.
Don't be getting the syphilis out there, people.
Yeah, guys.
It's you know what? It seems like common sense, but
don't get syphilis.
It's skyrocketing. 80%.
Fun. Well, here is my question for you. Given the fact that the Lyme bacteria is a cousin to syphilis, is it possible that cases are being misdiagnosed, especially given the fact that Lyme cases don't have accurate testing? Is it possible that the two are getting...
I can't answer that because I don't know if the syphilis test is that much more accurate. If the syphilis test is 100 out of 100, then I would say no. But I see your logic there. I think that's
well. I think more doctors are educated on syphilis than are educated on Lyme disease. I mean, do you remember in school? Well, I don't know. In school, like they had we talked about syphilis like way too much. Syphilis and gonorrhea, like we talked about like a lot, even though AIDS was like.
Well, I will tell you this:
gonorrhea, never crabs, never herpes. Maybe a little bit about herpes, but
yeah, that was
it. Genital warts, syphilis, and gonorrhea.
I think back in my day, it was like I don't think they had these fancy names for them. It was like the claps. But I will say this though: if you want to scare somebody away from getting a disease, you call it gonorrhea. Like, yeah, that is
sounds like something that happens to your asshole.
Well, whatever it happens in gonorrhea, it's not good. But AIDS was like I know it was an anagram, is that what they call it?
Yes.
So
acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
So if they wanted to scare people away from AIDS, they should have called it AIDS-aria or something, some sort of rhea, because nobody wants any rhea.
Well, I will tell you that 78 to 86% for detecting primary syphilis infection is the test. So it's not 100% accurate, and the Lyme tests aren't accurate, but I am curious. Oh, and if you ask, can a blood test for syphilis be wrong? A negative test result is considered normal. However, the body does not always produce antibodies specifically in response to syphilis bacteria, so the test is not always accurate. False negatives may occur in people with early to late stage syphilis. Also very common with Lyme disease because the two diseases are cousins. So I'm just saying...
I'm just going to go over here.
Nurture your immune system. Be careful who you fuck. Ticks are going to get you anyway.
Now you know. I mean, we're bringing this stuff to the fore. So don't be a fish eater. You can be a fish eater, but don't eat the puffer fish, and don't just try and do it yourself.
Puffer fish, just try to make sure it's properly prepared, or that your life insurance is up to date. Either way, whatever works for you.
So fish eater was that made me laugh a little bit, and you always hear about that. There was even like a Simpsons episode about it, and like you always hear about the puffer fish, but sometimes is it really true? Apparently, it's true. And then the syphilis thing, you go around and you don't, you hear about it, but you never, I never got it.
I would like to talk about a problem I'm having that is not syphilis related.
No,
I mean it could be.
That's good. I'm glad.
I guess you could try hard
one of those things that you like to hear as a husband.
You try hard enough, anything can be syphilis related, but in this case, no. So I have this problem of being desperately in need of clothing. Like I need clothes.
Yeah.
And so I bought some clothes on Amazon, but
took some time out of your weekend.
Herein lies part of the problem is that it stresses me out to no end to buy clothes. My body's changed a lot. So now I'm plus size, which limits the clothes that you can wear. I'd really prefer to wear natural fabrics, but I'm having trouble finding them. And I need clothes that don't feel like I'm wearing any clothes because clothes hurt. Yeah. Clothes hurt.
So it's about a triple whammy, as you describe it.
So the clothes come in, but herein lies the problem. Sometimes I'll buy clothes, and if I don't return them in time, then I fucking lose out on the money. So then I really don't want to spend much on clothes. In any case, got some clothes today.
Got some clothes today.
She
got a fashion show.
And I realized that we shared these on I realized that we shared these on the interwebs. But I think it's just yeah. I think you got to see this. Oh, did I just show the wrong video? Which video is showing?
That one.
That one. Okay, so that's not the video.
Yeah, don't.
That I'm definitely not allowed to show. How many? So
this is a shirt that Stacy bought for herself. Oh, it's a dress.
It's a dress.
looks like I'm ready to go to a Grateful Dead concert.
Well, it's for ladies, but yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
we're Indians, ladies and Indians, and Grateful Dead concert people.
Yeah.
You look really handsome.
Well, thank you. I don't know if anybody would like to chime in and see if that's a good look for me.
Well, I will tell you that this one right here.
This one's a good look for me, I think. Although I think the color scheme needs some work because they're very similar color scheme.
Where the fuck did they go? How many windows do I have open? I see their swimsuit. You should be talking about something while I'm looking for this damn file.
I don't want to distract you from choosing this file because there's a video of me wearing the swimsuit that she ordered for herself.
Okay, but hear me out. How many likes would we have to get in order for you to put the swimsuit video out there?
We would have to get a sponsorship in which we would get $100,000 worth of revenue.
Okay,
guaranteed
$1,000 to see my husband in a swimsuit,
in a lady's swimsuit,
$100,000.
I don't like to be embarrassed.
I gotta be honest with you though, honey. If you had watched this,
I have not heard my wife laugh that hard at any of these little fashion show situations. I have not heard her laugh that hard in a while.
Well, the fact is that you can you can see your penis quite clearly.
Well, and it's what am I supposed to do? These are ladies' pants and a lady's top.
Do you see your dick?
I don't know. I look enormous. I look like I have this giant pot belly.
I think the thing that I'm not getting past, you're like, big.
I don't know, it's a nice outfit. It really is.
I feel like, where would you wear that?
Yeah, look at that right there. That's we have one viewer. How do we have one viewer for this?
People are so horrified that
I showed the tag. I should have tucked the tag away. I should have tucked lots of things. And what you can't hear is
oh my God, me
Stacy saying, I can't see your penis. And I'm like, I'm wearing this outfit and you're worried about my penis. That was insane. So anyway, she was howling laughing.
I for sure cannot
show no, we're not.
We have like no viewers. What do you care if I show
No, because this is forever on the internet.
But that like one person out there. There's like one person now.
There's one person that just came across this and saw me dancing around in a lady's outfit.
Are we grateful for those people to the point where we're like, okay, we're gonna show this. They deserve it. They've been here.
Well, no. The thing is, they probably don't know what it was. Well, they were like, oh, it's just,
And Ann says, nice.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about?
It's nice, but come on, this way.
They, although those pants, nice and silky, they felt amazing. I will tell you that. All you guys out there want a pair of nice gauchos. It's the way to go. They're a little revealing, but whatever.
I can't. I don't even know.
She was howling like
I'm still howling,
screeching, laughing.
I got to tell you what I did last night. It was really interesting.
Does it involve syphilis?
Nope.
Okay.
So, we talked about how you had watched this Tony Robbins. Was it Tony Robbins that you had watched?
Yeah. There was Tony Robbins with Theo Vaughn, which was super interesting.
And why do you just stare at the camera instead of talking to me? Like,
because I don't look good from this side right here. Because I'm all like, look at this. What is this right here? Look at
it's supposed to, but it's okay. Would you want me to contour you or some nonsense?
I just need to do something. I don't know.
I think we both need to get some sun.
All right. So what? Yeah.
Well, but I wanted to talk about the Tony Robbins thing that you saw about manifesting. Can you explain it, please?
Well, he was talking about like he took like manifesting and like having gratitude and things like that. He took it to another like level where it's like you need to and I don't want to misquote him, but it was like sort of repeat things until you until it like sticks. Like if you just say it like once, it's not gonna work. But like he says, you need to make it part of your, like almost make it part of your psyche. So it was like you have to sit with it and kind of sit on it.
Well, visualizing it and really feeling the feelings. So Tracy's laughing. I'm not sure what she's laughing about, but I'm always happy when Tracy's laughing. I'm happy whenever anybody's laughing. So last night I was baked, and we'd done the podcast, and I was doing some follow-up stuff for the podcast and trying to prepare for tomorrow and whatnot. And I like to get in the habit of having a post already up for like that I've scheduled for the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I just haven't been feeling well. So it's you get what you get, kids. We're trying. We hope you appreciate us, but we're trying. And so what I did was so I wanted to do my meditation before I went to bed. And I sat there and I did my gratitude and my meditation, and I just felt it's the most amazing. And I don't know if this is marijuana specific or I was just doing a great job at meditating or what the fuck it was. But I just all of a sudden felt this like overwhelming joy in every inch of my body for no fucking reason. For, like I was just, like, hey, we did the podcast.
I think that's called the Holy Spirit.
Well, and you and I had a good chat after the podcast about how, sometimes, it's hard doing the podcast because you open yourself, the public, and sometimes people say things that hurt your feelings or that trigger you, or that, we've got to find ways to communicate things and, not interrupt each other. Like we're working on it. And we had a good chat. And so I felt good about that. And I was doing my gratitude and because we had done it on the podcast, but like when we do it on the podcast, it's like, I always feel like I'm like, Doug, say something you're grateful for. And I'm trying to do mine. And it doesn't do what I think it needs to do. It's not enough. So then I went in and did it again.
Yeah.
And I just felt it in every inch of my body. And I'm like, oh, this is what we're supposed to do in terms of gratitude to manifest. You're really supposed to feel it in your body. And it feels like, it's almost like that moment after an orgasm. Yeah, that's what it feels like, where you're just like, yeah, like that was really great. So listen, if you can just do that with your mind and about thinking about the things that you want out of life, and you can just do that with your mind, and you don't have to risk getting syphilis. I think
who needs syphilis?
So some people, I don't know, maybe some people need syphilis.
Well, you need gratitude that you don't have it.
If you need, well, maybe.
But if you have it, go see a doctor.
But if you could come up with a legitimate reason why you might need syphilis, please let us know.
Why you might need syphilis?
Yeah, like maybe
to get out of a wedding, going to a wedding, things of that nature. You got,
I never get to go to a wedding, and I've been too fucking sick. We keep getting invited to weddings. I haven't gone to a single one. I feel like the biggest asshole on the planet. But here we are.
Here he is.
Especially Jacob's wedding. It really bothered me that I didn't get to that. But what are you gonna do? Okay, so
did you want to go over the questions that you asked?
Well, no, I just wanted. Well, I had asked everybody what they wanted to have in a food fight.
Yeah. I thought there were some good answers.
And then, well, it's actually interesting to there's some topics people are really down to engage with. If it's like something that's like not how you like, people have a hard time talking about how they feel.
Yeah.
Or they talk about how they feel and it's always negative. And then there's people that are like always positive, but then you're like, okay, are you faking that, or are you really always positive all the time? And if you are positive all the time, teach me your race, because I'm trying. But the food fight thing, oh boy.
I liked how people had like some good reasons for
Not
what
everybody
they
listed
picked.
their reasons, but I had remembered. I had a good reason. My kids had a rice fight in our kitchen one day.
I remember seeing pictures.
There's actually videos of it on my my personal Facebook wall that are old. I'm not going to share it on the podcast because my kids don't talk to me. I don't want to upset them.
We could blur them out.
I'd like to blur myself
like the victims
out.
that I no, I don't know.
Like the victims what?
Like like how they blur victims out of from
what?
Yeah, never mind.
Well, worst mother ever. Cheryl Skinner said cottage cheese, which I find to be mildly it's just like, and I ate some cottage cheese today. I just don't I either really don't want to touch cottage cheese or I really do want to touch cottage cheese.
Well, it is kind of an odd thing to have like just hanging off your face. Would be so. It
Maybe
would be.
You could get some cottage cheese and we could put our fingers in it. Did you want to get some cottage cheese so we can put our fingers in it?
No.
Are you going to make a yeast infection joke?
No. The thing is, we've been having delightful cottage cheese infused, protein enhanced.
Yeah,
things.
I know, but that's
so I don't want to waste the cottage cheese.
But that's different than touching it. Our hands are clean. You put our finger in, then it still eat it.
Yeah, I suppose you could, but I don't think we have much left because I used.
Well, all the more reason why we should touch it.
I don't need to touch it. It's cold. It's curdy. Fish eaters are curdy.
What if it's warm and curdy? Would you touch it if it was warm and curdy?
Might be better. Worse. It's like tapioca. Some people get freaked out by tapioca.
Stop staring at your screen. You have to look at your wife sometimes. We're having a conversation. Just staring at your screen, you're like Walter Cronkite. I need to talk to a person. If we're not gonna if we're gonna stare at our screens, we need two different screens. We can stare at the screens and face opposite one another. Oh my god!
Hello,
you guys. One of these days, we're gonna figure out how to do a goddamn podcast. It's not a disaster.
So, all right. So
pull up the comments while I talk more about the things that my friends want to.
All right. So we have with Daniel saying, "Hey there, what's up?" And he loves cottage cheese. Like, who doesn't?
I like cottage cheese.
A lot of people don't because of the texture thing. But
hated it my entire life. Wouldn't go near it. Texture creepy. Now love it. Texture still a little weird, but I've never touched it, and I feel like touching it with my fingers.
But you touch it with your mouth. That's
not the same as touching it with your fingers. Contrary to
whatever.
Is my hair
extra? It's extra. It's a little extra tonight. Yeah, how is it so thick?
You're the lady from
no, I like her. I like her.
She was super nice.
I'm not mocking her at all.
So guess who wants to throw eggplants?
Todd Albee.
No, Billy.
Billy.
Okay,
Billy. Yeah.
My friend Billy from Peru. Jen said Jello. Marty Chip Kogan said chitlins. I don't even know what a chitlin is.
No, you don't want that. They're basically innards.
Entrails?
They're innards. Yeah.
Haggis.
They sell them at Publix. I saw chitterlings.
I want to throw haggis at people. Because we're
haggis.
Explode.
I don't even think haggis is legal in America.
Why would it not be legal?
Because it uses organ meat.
And
I think
we eat liver.
Yeah, but that's the only organ meat. Like, it's not brains and whatnot. Kidney. I think it's kidney.
You can buy brains.
Things like that.
You think organ meat is illegal in the United States?
I'm fairly sure it is. Like, you can't eat a cow brain. Can't eat a cow kidney. They eat that stuff in other countries.
You could definitely get cow brains. All you have to know is to be able to buy them. Raw beef brains, 3 pounds from Happy Dog.
But that's for a happy dog. That's for a dog. You're gonna feed that to a dog?
You could get it but you could get milk-fed veal brains.
But what are you doing with those? Those aren't for human.
You can eat it. You can eat it. You can do whatever you want with it. They can't control.
Why it's illegal to sell animal lungs?
That's animal lungs.
That's an organ. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but that's animal lungs.
So what did you? You said, can you buy cow brains in the U.S.? That doesn't ask the question, right?
You can. Apparently, you can.
That doesn't answer the question if it's illegal or not.
Hang on a second.
Are cow and animal organs illegal to purchase in the United States? Should be the Google.
You can Google whatever the fuck you want, but what I'm telling you is, that these people, they source. If they sell them, then you can clearly buy them. They sell them.
But that's apparently from a website for dogs.
Whether it's for animals or not, you can buy them.
Yeah, but
and what the fuck is this? The land of the free? You can't buy cow brains. You can't buy marijuana, but you can have all the pharma you want.
All right. Well,
I'm telling you, you can in fact buy cow brains. It's right there. They sell them.
Okay. Well. Federal policy in the United States allows butchers to sell virtually every part of the animal as human food, with one notable exception: the lungs. Okay, then I stand corrected. I thought it was all the crazy organs.
And not to go all Sanibel, but when I'm looking at it on my screen and it says to you that you can buy it, and I'm telling you that it says it on my screen, you can even see my screen. Why do you have to look it up by yourself?
Well, what I was interested in was the organs. I wasn't just talking about the brain. Now, what you have,
I understand that.
Your answer on that is for brains for dog consumption.
I heard you the first time, but you can still buy them.
Okay, you can buy them. Right, we've established that. But what I was trying to get at was, are cow organs illegal?
Okay.
That's all I was asking. And you only answered part of your question with what you had there.
I was only trying to answer part of my question at that point. I was going to go by organ.
Oh, all right.
So I don't know. Michelle's here on Instagram. Yeah, shout out to Michelle. What's going on?
So then we got Daniel saying something. Consider oysters. Texture is disgusting, but the flavor is amazing.
I love oysters, but I'm not throwing oysters.
Ian says tripe is an organ. Isn't that stomach? Isn't that like or something?
You can buy animal organs. Clearly.
I know. I'm just okay.
Liver.
But I don't know what tripe is. For some reason I thought that was.
I thought tripe was a kind of fish.
I think for some reason it's like either tripe is something like intestines that are filled with something.
The lining or of a stomach.
Okay.
Stomach lining.
So something like. And Daniel says you can have cow hearts, delicious, and brains known as scrapple in Pennsylvania, and is commonly on the breakfast menu as meat. I did not know scrapple was the brains. I heard about scrapple, but I thought it was just.
It's probably scrapple and faux scrapple.
Oh.
People say Jell-O is fun and spaghetti. They sent a little video of fuck this yuppie barbecue. I didn't get to watch that before the podcast, so I really can't show it during.
Yeah, we don't know what. Yeah, we.
Because listen, after that lady came in that one day, started with her racist bullshit. Like,
we don't know what's coming. Although I do know Deb, and I don't, but there could be some profanity and things of that nature.
Well, we like profanity and things of that nature. Todd says it would have to be non-returnable, so solids are out. Exploding on impact is a plus. I'm going to have to go with eggs.
That was a very good thought process.
He's not done.
By Todd.
Old ones, and if it's someone who deserves it. I asked him to name names.
The fact that you can't get hit by it, pick it back up, and return fire with said is kind of genius.
I could return fire with eggs, but I don't want to hurt anyone.
No, but
so you're going to go with things that don't hurt. Like throw in an eggplant. Depending on the ripeness of the eggplant, that could hurt somebody.
And look who's here. Arisa saying hello.
What's up,
Arisa's we haven't
Diane wanted to do a stomping great fight. She thought that was good.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight.
Tom Milmore wanted to do frozen turkeys. That would hurt. And I think he's got rage inside. Kathy Worth said Rugworthy, check out their shit. She said spaghetti, which I think is a good one.
That's always good.
I'd like to get a noodle pool and have a big fight in there. You could have like
a big noodle pool.
Yeah, we could just get.
You want the tomato sauce in there, or is it just like a buttered noodle, or what?
I buttered noodles, just whatever you can do. It really doesn't matter what you put on the noodles.
All right.
What if you did like a noodle Jell-O combo?
Oh, that's
I'm just saying we have a pool.
Fun time.
Just saying we have a pool. Catherine said mashed potatoes. Brandy Wood said gazpacho. I think you're gonna need a super soaker for that.
Yeah, you're gonna need like some sort of
would burn your eyes.
Some sort of catapult bowl situation.
Brienne came in hot.
Yeah.
Said everybody was egg roll fighting. You said beets.
I said beets because they would stain you, and you would have to walk around.
You would be hurt. You would be injured. All I could think of was Chad Vader. If you're not familiar with Chad Vader, it was out a while ago, and he basically did all these. He was Darth Vader, but like living a normal life, and he worked at a grocery store. It's God,
very, very entertaining.
So funny.
Todd says spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, it looks like a good time.
Do people like the noodles?
Lila went cupcakes. I've actually had more than one food fight with cupcakes. As a matter of fact, I was once terminated from a job, and they cited the cupcake fight.
Stacy, come on in and sit down. We've got a witness here, and we would like to tell you that we were
making too much money, and I pissed the boss's wife off.
We are not going to retain your services, and we need you to sign this sheet, and they slide it over to you. If you have any questions about this, we're really you'll notice that we're reciting the cupcake fight as conduct of becoming of one of our employees here at the firm.
That wasn't exactly how it went.
And also you moved your boss's desk into someone else's office, our rival. So we'll have noted on that. And also
I'm probably not supposed to talk about all of that. Like I was trying to be as vague as possible with it, but
I said it. You didn't say it.
That's true.
Okay. So
of course, I asked everybody, trying to get people to like talk to one another and create a sense of community because we want to bring people. Like that's 90% of the reason we started the podcast thinking like it would, give us something to do, give us a sense of community, bring people together, make people laugh, and maybe we can make a little money with it. And making money with it, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but
like
we are having fun,
lower
and
down on
that's
the
pretty
list.
fucking awesome as far as I can tell you. So I asked people what the best part of their day was, because like you know how many people come home and nobody asks them how their day was.
Yeah, no, yeah. Nobody gives a crap.
Like,
just leave me alone.
Well, and even their spouses don't. Their kids sure as fuck don't ask them how their day was. Like they come home, they've had a long day, they have nobody to talk to. Yep. And I think a lot of people just want to bitch and moan, but I want to encourage people to focus on the positive. Mm-hmm. Actually, one thing we used to do with our kids that they loved, or some of them loved more than others, is 3 good things, 1 bad thing. So you could say 3 good things about your day, and you could say 1 bad thing if you wanted to. But if you didn't say the bad thing, or you didn't focus on the bad thing, we cheer. We cheer. So anyway, I just asked what the best part of their days was. Nancy Swan says cooking on her Blackstone in 74-degree weather in Texas.
In Texas, yeah.
Dude, I would like to know where in Texas you are. Perhaps we need to live in Texas instead of Florida, because in Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, right now it is 56.
It's not a sexy number.
56. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think so. And then Deb Bowdry got a new phone case. I'd like to see a pic of her new phone case. It didn't come in the mail.
She didn't offer.
You trying on my clothes. That was pretty much the highlight of my day. Michelle said playing Borracho bingo surrounded by friends while watching the sunset. But the night is still young. So our friends Art and Michelle, Roaming Royals, are down in Mexico for a month. Right on the beach.
That was 6 minutes ago. Or is that 6 minutes ago?
Yeah, 6 minutes ago.
Oh, I was going to say it just got dark recently, and
well, it may be dark there, it may not be dark, but they have lights. Like we have lights, they have lights.
No, but she was talking about the sunset or something, right?
Well, they're in Mexico, so
yeah, okay.
And they could have just finished watching the sunset, or maybe the sun. I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is the Roaming Royals have taken their RV and they're on the beach in Mexico for a month, and it's like free. So if you're considering a life on the road, they're great people to talk to. Check them out, Roaming Royals, on all the socials.
Catch up with these 3 comments real quick. Daniel said we could have a food fight with chitlins.
I don't want to.
Would be good. She asked Becky every day how her day was, which is very nice, and that's why you guys are happy little
happy as
clams.
Lesbies. Did you just call them clams?
I didn't say that. No, you said that. The best part of my day today is now listening to the Indy 500 in the background. Raise hell.
And praise Dale. And Shannon said getting home. I love this name, by the way. Shannon L. Miller Monk Schultz. Schultz was my childhood dog's name. If you want to get into my bank account, now you know. I just like the name.
Did you read what she said?
She's home laying down in a dark, cool room. Sounds like somebody had a long ass day. And Jason Gu, always the Weisenheimer, said,
ever the Weisenheimer.
When someone put stuff on my head.
And did you see my response to that? I told him to stay in his lane.
Stay in his own lane.
My business, apparently.
Well, it's really mine. That's my trademark.
Yeah.
Trace says, happy clams.
Happy clam.
They're much happier now that they're not getting vag blocked.
Yeah, but there's so much work to do around there. Nobody's got energy left.
I think she and now my little friend is paying for it because she's been doing too much. So pace yourself.
Or hire some illegals to do all the work for you.
Not in Florida, it's a felony. I think it's a felony if you hire illegals in Florida.
I think it should be a felony, period.
What?
Hiring illegals.
It doesn't sound like a very Democrat thing to say. You're gonna get yourself.
You want solutions? I'm here for solutions.
I'm just saying your friends are getting mad at you.
Well, I read an article about it, and they said one of the number one things is because people use the cheap labor, and they have it on the table.
I just have to show this because I thought this was fucking hilarious. I thought that was so fucking funny. Actually, if you look over on the right here, somebody did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Dude, I listen. It's very rare that I'm just gonna take something off our my Facebook page and share it, but I thought that was a freaking thing of beauty right there.
I was gonna make a Transformer joke, but that would not be very woke.
How would you make a Transformer joke?
I would. It's a long commute. Forget it. It's just my twisted mind.
Heard that the happy place. Asked everybody what their happy place was.
What's your happy place?
And then Shannon said the ocean. Keith said a pool on my back in the sun with no kids splashing around.
Come on down, Keith. Come on.
Deb Bowdry said Mohegan. Mohegan's okay.
Mohegan Sun. I've never been to Mohegan Sun.
I thought we did. Which one did we go to when you were?
We did. You had said my birthday. We went to
I think we went to Mohegan.
No, we went to the one in Rhode Island.
No, we didn't.
The former
because remember we stopped at we stayed at the Howard Johnson's.
Yeah. That we went. That was Foxwoods. That was not Mohegan. I've never been to Mohegan Sun.
I think
you went with Tyler Devin or whatever the guy's name was.
No, I know I've been to Mohegan with Tyler, but I thought I went to Mohegan with you too.
No.
All right.
No, you had not.
And then TJ Maxx and the Caribbean. I've never been to the Caribbean, but anyway, it's our happy place.
Caribbean.
Where would you say our happy place is? Well,
our happy place. But, well, yeah, there's a few.
I mean, anytime we're in the Jeep, we're usually pretty happy.
Yeah, the Jeep is, Costco is also a happy place for us. I think the pool is a happy place. I went
for Sanibel.
Us. Sanibel is definitely a happy place for us. The Everglades is just awe-inspiring and cool as hell. So that's kind of a happy place. I like Disney. I mean, say what you will. I like going to Disney. Haven't been there in a while.
Oh, I would love to go to Disney.
The Happy Faces with friends is a happy place with you as friends. Home in actually, but one of my happiest places when I'm on stage performing is one of my happiest places.
I like when I have my face down and a pillow and my ass up in the air. That's my happy place. Tracy says, "What if I don't know? Do I ask for papers?" What the
that was on the immigrant hiring illegals.
Well, because if you're hiring employees, you have to have them fill out paperwork. As a matter of fact, we've had both kids now doing some work for the podcast, or both,
we got to check their papers.
Doing work for the.
Although I'm
podcast.
pretty sure I was there for both of them being born, so
no,
I can vouch for them.
We actually have to have them fill out.
No,
tax,
I know. Yeah,
we actually have to have them fill out tax forms for the upcoming year.
Nothing's free. So it's a hard life lesson.
Well, it's the only reason we can afford to pay them is because it's a business expense.
It's a hard life lesson.
So, and of course, trying to give the kids some experience and get going, in the get some stuff that they can add to their resume, get them a little life experience, have them earn some stuff, teach them a little responsibility, all the.
Tracy says, do you do that for freelance? I have to fill out a W-2 for anybody that is paying me because they need to deduct it on their end. So,
and then I pulled up my phone for some fucking reason. I don't remember.
Were you gonna call for pizza?
Do you want pizza? We had
24/7.
We had a delightful dinner tonight, though.
We had a delightful lunch too. That was
so we've been doing, and I realized you must think, why do you guys shop at Costco? There's two of you. So we bought the wild Atlantic salmon, which by the way is the one you want.
Yeah, you don't want this farm crab.
Farm phrase.
Yeah.
No bueno.
The wild caught. Previously
what we do is we get the big piece of salmon and we cut it in half, and we eat half for lunch one day and half for lunch the next, or dinner or whatever. And it was great. And Trace says, I have a guy coming for doors to replace them, but you don't live in Florida, so hire as many illegals as you want, I guess.
You just outed yourself. Now they're gonna get you.
ICE, head over to their house. Can get them
in Lumberyard, Georgia.
Okay, so we're.
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
In the Lumberyard, I don't know that you're supposed to disclose their address on the goddamn internet, but here we are.
Well, it's not actually Lumberyard.
So here was the idea I came up with.
That's why it's funny.
This is the idea I came up with based on the whole food fight thing.
Okay, food fight.
So I want to throw a party.
Yep.
Where everyone brings a cake.
Yep.
And it's in a room or something. Mm-hmm. Everybody brings a cake. Everyone's clean.
Is it a homemade cake or is it?
They can bring a cake from a store. They can bring a homemade cake. The point is to bring cake.
Okay, all right.
Okay, don't bring anything with peanuts in it. I'm allergic. Everybody brings cake, and we have a cake fight, and then we can eat the cake.
Fight could be amazing. So, what do you take? Half of each cake for the fight, and then
we just eat whatever we want. We just eat
whatever falls on us. See, I think this is
that you're burning the calories while you're eating the cake.
I think you take half of each cake.
You get some shit on.
Allot it for the. Oh, there you go. You allot it for the. I can't even continue after that. You cut the cake in half, and you store one cake for eating purposes. The other half is for fighting purposes. Now, then after you're all covered in cake, you can have a nice civilized piece of cake. So
what about
so
this?
it's a juxtapiposition.
All right, I got a better idea.
Here's
my idea.
And treat.
This is
fight and treat.
Okay.
Fight and treat. Fight and treat.
Here's my idea. Okay, ready for it? You have a space. I don't know what the space is.
Like a safe space.
You have a table, and everybody has brought cakes, and they're all on the table, and everybody, Let's have some cake. You have a little tea. You have a little cake. We have everybody having a respectful time.
Throw hot tea on somebody.
And there's a timer on the wall.
Yep.
And then when the timer goes off,
it's all
fucking bedlam. So you've already had your cake, and now you can throw it too. I think that's a great idea.
All right.
And Tracy says she likes Doug's idea. I'm sorry, did I not top his idea? You let us know. She says walnuts. Yes. I'm not allergic to walnuts. Is that we're not sure if I'm allergic to walnuts.
Did you see my Gaucho video again?
There's a there's a second thing I'm allergic to. I don't know what it is, but but I'm so far not walnuts. So Keith Channing.
Keithy. Right.
Is in his house.
We know why were you Keith, here the other night?
Keith is the owner of the Apothecorner in New Bedford. Okay. Shout out to the Apothecorner.
Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah.
So I actually haven't had a chance to talk to you yet. They're going to come on the podcast, show us a little bit about what they're doing.
Nice.
They'll actually ship to you. They don't really have an online store, but he'll show you what he's got and ship it to you.
Nice.
And so we're going to try to have them on. They were talking about Monday. I was thinking Tuesday might be better because usually Monday we cover the weekend, but we're going to talk about it. In any case, listen, guys, we want to do whatever we can to support these local businesses. They're the backbone of this country. They're the backbone of the community. And so if we can support local businesses, we always want to do that. And
it's amazing how you find people.
We do find people. Well, actually, we know him through our good friend Christina.
Yep.
Another business that we encourage everybody to support, Vitamin C Chiropractic. If you are not in the Daytona to St. Augustine to Orlando area where you need a mobile chiropractor to come to your house, that's cool. Because she'll hook you up with some discounted supplements. And I got to tell you, if you suffer from chronic pain, the Biomat, I don't think she makes any money on the Biomats, but the Biomat has been a game changer for me. But she gets me my supplements. Actually, both of us are supplements. She gets us a discount. She gets all of her clients a discount on supplements. It really depends on how much she likes you, how much the discount is. So you might want to kiss her ass.
Excellent.
But she'll walk you through the supplement stuff. She's a brilliant woman, and just a great friend. So and obviously a great friend to Keith. I don't know if it's Keith or Keithy.
No, it's probably Keith
with an extra E at the end.
And you just like it's extended. It's like like Keith Sweat. I don't know.
I think Keith would make you sweat till you bleed.
Is that dope enough? Indeed.
We spend too much time together. It's clearly what it's all about. In any case, Keith, we're glad you're here.
Did we just quote Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Was that what that was from? I think it might have been.
No, wait. It was from that was from I thought that was
I'm Gonna Knock You Out. It's LL Cool J.
No, it was no, it wasn't Cool J. I thought it was was the name Black Box, like gonna come on, let's work. It was like Martha Wash did the singing.
I have no idea that.
Baby.
Anybody, if you have a freaking clue as to what we're talking about, we don't.
Yeah, we don't even know what songs we're citing. But I thought
we're coming in at 8:44.
Right, I want to tell you. I just remembered. I have a great little video, and maybe we just save it for the end. But you've been holding up stuff for a couple days, so I will save.
No, I got a shitload of stuff. Apparently, there's some guy named Sam Key going crazy in the news, but I have no idea who the fuck
Sam Key? Like Famke Janssen?
It was going crazy on Twitter today, and I have no idea what it was. So I'm like, can somebody explain it to me? I have no idea. And then we talked. Listen, yesterday, Jesse at Bank of America, still my favorite. Oh, there's this thing. It's you guys are all too familiar with it because you've watched this podcast, a few times. They refer to it as ADHD dolphining, which is like where you're talking about, like, you're having a conversation and then somebody pops up over here with a whole new topic, and then over here with a whole new topic. If you've watched this podcast before, you know that that's constantly occurring here.
It seems a little bit more like the groundhog.
We're like ADHD dolphining. Side note, dolphins kind of rapey, and they will fuck each other in the blowhole. Now See, we're here as an education.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So if anybody can tell me who the fuck Sam Key is.
Sam Key.
And apparently Madonna's getting fucking sued over her late concert start time. This is something I fucking support. That was a complete and utter lack of respect for everyone at the venue. Certainly the fans, the vendors, the police officers, people who have hired limos. She just, it's just really fucking inconsiderate.
Huh.
Like,
yeah, well, no, it upsets the apple
cart. If you
cart.
are a musician or a performer of any kind, including having an inappropriate and fucking weird podcast, you are nothing without your fans. We would be nothing without our haters and our master haters, well, especially. We will never. Well, sometimes we keep them waiting because we're dead.
That's right.
So sorry, guys. We do our best. And then Trace says, "Oh my God, I did not know that had a name." That what had a name? Everything has a name. Tracy, look at Urban Dictionary. But that what had a name? Cincinnati pancake. Cincinnati pancake. Just look it up. Oh, it's like a Cleveland steamer. Cincinnati pancake. Oh, she's talking about the dolphining. The dolphining, yeah. Yeah, I learned about it on TikTok because that's where you learn about everything. So you wanted to I have a video. I don't know why, but this just made the sound on this just made me laugh. Honestly, it's just looking at it makes me laugh. Let me get it on the screen before I play it, but hopefully the volume will come through here. This is just like incredibly dumb. I can't hear this. I don't know why. Let's see. Let's try that. Somebody's probably trying to eat right now, and you're just ruining their night. You're ruining their night. What is wrong with you? It's so funny. Not if you're trying to eat your supper. When you're going to play something like that, you have to warn these. Oh my people. God, it's so funny. Does anybody else think that's funny? Because I was it's funny, weak but I just think watching I just think that you have to warn people about that shit. Are you going to be okay? The noise. Oh my God. Are you going to be okay? Are you going to be okay? Oh my God, that was funny. Oh, by the way, I want to just give a big shout out to on a totally unrelated. Are you done? I want to keep visiting that, like the Madonna thing we had that night. All right. Okay. Well, I just want to, on a completely unrelated note, our friends at Carol Ann's in Hingham are relocating down to Kingston. Yeah. My good friend Jen and her mom Kelly. They're amazing people. They have all kinds of cool stuff in their store, especially christening gowns, communion dresses. Anyway, they're moving to Kingston, and we want to congratulate them on that. Their new building looks absolutely beautiful. And I just wanted to bring that up before I forgot about it. And I don't know if I can find the fucking Phil Collins video again, but oh my God. So, it's been like we've had the Madonna concert. We had Dolly. So Madonna looks like she has something in her fucking pants. She looks like she's having some sort of a epileptic dick sucking fit. Oh, and it's not good. Dolly, Dolly's getting up there in age, and so she was out in that Cowboys cheerleader outfit, and she did a great job, I think. But she was leaning on stuff. She's feeling it in her old age. And Phil Collins is the tour is called Not Dead Yet. I think this happened a while ago, though, right? The Phil Collins tour. I thought he was done because there was footage of him at the Boston Garden, and they put the stool out in the front, and it took him like 20 minutes to cross the stage. Yeah, he's in rough shape. Like I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the fact that go out there and get 77. Maybe not in that health. Sounds good, but some of our favorite musician types are old like me, getting fucking old, and they're but like I listen. I don't even know what's happening in music right now. Like I'm so oblivious. I think Dua Lipa is a thing. Yeah, but what do we know about them? What about their performances? I miss MTV. Don't know anything. Is back to the comments. Tracy is yes, she was referring to ADHD dolphining. Now she knows. And when I start to dolphin, just throw me a little beach ball. I'll be happy. See, we got one right there. And then Tracy is laughing her ass off, which always makes us happy. And this is what happens when you drink too much Jaeger. Hasn't happened to me in quite some time. Last time I had Jaeger was with my cousin's grandmother at her wedding, at my cousin's wedding. She made me drink Jaeger shots with her. Doris was fantastic. May she rest in peace.
Nice.
Anne says, that's fucking hilarious. I think it's hilarious too. And Trace says, it was fantastic. I just don't want to, upset anyone's dinner because some people are just getting home from work and
because I'm dying to play it again.
They've gotten home after a long day of work, and here they are watching this podcast. It's how they wrap up in their happy way. Tracy says he still sounds the same though, isn't he? In his 70s, 77. Yeah, he looks pretty good. And he's bald. I like that. The bottle was even a Jaeger bottle. Yes, ma'am. It was a Jaeger bottle with a little deer on the top.
So good.
It's really cute.
So good.
Festive for the whole family. So we have recently charged our kid number 1 of 6. Not so much a kid anymore. Bigger than us. 28 years old, college graduate.
Gonna be.
Sent us some great articles today, and I thought we'd share them real quick. So, Doug, actually, maybe you could get in on reading some of this because you read better. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, I don't read good.
You don't read good.
So it's How to Love Yourself, 5 Ways to Let Go of the Riverbank and Go with the Flow. I think something we could all benefit from. And this is from, of course, the Good News Network, which I think
highly
is
recommend.
Great place because when you turn on the news, it's all negativity, and even here we can get into some stuff that's kind of heavy. But the Good News Network gives you something to smile about.
Yeah.
I will pull the Jaeger Jaeger bottle comments off the screen.
That's what I was trying to do.
So,
the cool thing about this is that embrace your natural state, let go of self-judgment, live in the present. These are all things that it's funny. Like the Tony Robbins thing I listened to the other day was stressing. Live in the present, trust the unbinding of the Tao, which is life's natural order, and cultivate inner stillness. And that was the other thing. Like when you're still, you're not in that frantic state, and it's always good to just try and get back there somehow. And so it was interesting how this came up on the heels of the other thing that I got. Yeah,
I thought it was really interesting. And I would argue that doing the things where one thing Doug and I talked about yesterday was reflecting on things that you've given yourself a hard time about, or you fucked up, and just at the end of the day realize how you would do it differently instead of beating yourself up perpetually. It's actually funny because we were going to talk about this, so I will share it now because I had brought this on. I had wanted to talk about this a couple weeks ago, and I need to pull it back up again. I may have to pull it back up. But I mean, I think doing things like meditation and manifesting and gratitude, those things all help. And they're all free. They're all things that you can do to feel better about yourself, about your life. But one thing I think, human beings, we have the tendency to beat ourselves up over and over again about the same thing. And what fucking good does that do? So I would suggest maybe don't. And so one of the things that I personally do, I'm a big fan of this book by Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements. I've read it a couple times. I've also done the audiobook. It's things I try to live my life with. And it talks about being impeccable with your word, meaning speaking only with integrity, say only what you mean, which is tough because I'm always joking. I always make a little jokey joke, and you can't tell if I'm serious or not. And avoid using the word to speak against yourself or gossip to others. I'm working on the not speaking ill of myself. Like gossiping about others. I don't, it's weird. Sometimes I tell stories and I wonder if that comes across as gossipy. And I certainly, it's not my intention. I would I've got stuff on people. Everybody tells me their shit. I got stuff, but you're not going to hear about that. And even I've got stuff that I know about people from 20, 30 years ago, people I don't talk to anymore, and I'm still not spilling their secrets. I might say I know a person who, but
Oh, that's who you're talking about. 30 years ago, people.
Pretty much,
say that.
I do. I have a lot. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you're immune to the opinion and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Because we put that suffering on ourselves.
Yes.
Nobody else can make you suffer. And not to make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions that express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstanding, sadness, and trauma. With just this one agreement, you can completely change your life. It's true. And then finally, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And if you're really interested in doing some self-abuse, there's better ways to do it than to just be mean to yourself. What did I just do there? Present.
I think the don't make assumptions is probably the best of that lot. I use them all, but when you assume that people are coming from a place of bad, that's probably the kiss of death right there. And I think a lot of people wake up every morning assuming that people are out to get them, rather than, why don't you assume, like, what if you assume that everybody's going to try and be helpful, and then your whole
I'm
thing
kind
changes.
of guilty. One thing I'm guilty of is I forget that not everybody has my heart and mind. I assume everybody thinks the way I do. And y'all have watched this podcast enough times, or you should watch it enough times to know that might not be the best idea.
It's a dark place inside that brain.
Fucked up shit. But you know what? All we can do is do our best and try harder. And that's what I do. So maybe I suck sometimes, maybe I'm awesome sometimes, but here we are. And then here you go. If you do want to punish yourself, beat yourself up repeatedly for mistakes you've made, as so many people have done. And I know you've done that. That's something you're real big on. I'm
very hard on myself.
And I'm trying to break you of that ridiculous habit.
I'm up here, people.
But if you really do want to punish yourself, just fucking go straight for this. Just go right. Just go right for this medieval condom, put your dick in there, and you will suddenly feel better. You will release your,
something. By looking at that,
you'll be done because you'll bleed to death.
The cheese grater part is on the outside, so I think I'd be fine, but I think the lady friend would have more of a hard time than
your dick skin might come out of that through like a fucking Play-Doh Fun Factory. Do you really want that to happen? Aren't you glad you don't have extra skin? There you go. That's a nice gift to give all the lesbians, There's some nice comments here. Tracy says it was fantastic. He still sounds the same. We already got that. I love this concept from this site.
Yeah, Good News Movement, fantastic.
Great site.
Every day there's something good.
I call my shit out myself. Tracy does, and I think that's how you become better,
right? Don't go overboard with it.
Don't beat yourself up. Just acknowledge.
We'll beat you up about stuff that you do bad.
Up.
Don't worry about that.
Acknowledge what you did to fuck up.
You could offload that to us
and try to think of a way that you could do better in the future. Actually, Doug and I talked about this last night. If you fuck something up, like like beating yourself up. Doug does this. I'm not trying to pick on you, but like Doug does this.
Well, there's nobody else here.
But you do this like a lot. Like you'll fuck up. Like you'll yell at me and be really awful, and then you won't talk to me for 3 days because you feel so bad about yourself. And it's like, well, that's
I don't trust myself around people.
Only making the situation worse. Yeah. Like, acknowledge that you fucked up as soon as possible. The sooner you do it, to take full responsibility, no excuses, and say, in the future, I would do this differently. Or in the future, what would you like me to do differently? That's the best apology. And do it different. That's the best way to do it. Beating yourself up? No bueno. Change behavior. Bueno. Okay. Kathy says it was a good book.
Four Agreements.
Four Agreements. Yeah. Great book. He also has the Fifth Agreement, which I have not read.
Fifth Agreement. There's more.
Yeah, he's just going to release another agreement every year before.
Yeah, he'll stumble on something.
Goddamn Bible.
Like the 28th agreement is going to be don't eat yellow snow or something like that. Like he'll run out of stuff.
Although Jordan Peterson did his 12 rules for life. Or Jordan Peterson's slated to come to, I think it's Estero, and he's got like it's the Hertz Arena. $80 a ticket. Good for him.
Come and hear me speak.
He's having to go for like re-education. The Canadian government is requiring him to go to re-education as a therapist because of his concerns about the transgender community. Tracy says, LOL, it is how I do better. It's how we all do better. I think that, but there's like, oh, I fucked this up. At the end of the day, right? You just had that one conversation. I always do this. I reflect on my day and think about what I could have done better. Like today, I woke up, I felt like shit. I just felt like shit. So I took some cannabis oil early in the day. I did some posting for the podcast. I took a very long nap. I woke up, did some more podcast work, took some more cannabis oil. Ate a fabulous dinner, and now I'm going to go back to sleep. So it's like an endless cycle, but it's the best I had in me today. And I haven't offended anyone, I don't think. Oh, although I do have my new bonnet.
Oh, she does have a new. She got in addition to the clothes that came today.
It's to help with the frizzy and my dreadlocks. So I have this thing that I wear.
I had a list of things that this looked like. It was like Johnny Depp and Rerun from What's Happening at a Baby. It looked like the top of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man if he was going to a rave. There was some Johnny Depp pirate thing in there, but it was
So I have been so I'm on all of various TikToks, but like a lot of women have recommended these bonnets, particularly Black women have recommended these bonnets, particularly.
I am not racially appropriating anything
for people.
I didn't even know I was going to be wearing this.
There you go. Particularly for people with dreadlocks because they have it or curls or a style they want to maintain, but because they get frizzy. And
I had a style I was trying to maintain until you put this bonnet.
Okay. But it helps you retain the moisture. So I have to oil my dreadlocks. And I don't always do it as much as I should, and that's when they get frizzy. So that helps maintain the moisture because I was going through a lot of oil in my
ladies, hair. You got to retain your moisture.
So, but it's like I guess women in the Black community or even kids. Like one of the kids in the neighborhood comes by and he'll wear his, just like on a Tuesday, he has it on. So as a person of Caucasian descent, I'm allowed to wear this for hair purposes, but not out in public. But I don't really think I would.
I have something to say
because it looks a little silly.
I have something to say.
Yes.
Mecca lecca high, mecca hiney ho.
Mecca lecca high, mecca shiny ho. Tracy says that sounds like a productive day, and she said that color brings out your cheeks, Doug. He is. Trace, you gotta see the video of Doug in the fucking swimsuit.
No, you don't.
It's so good.
No, you don't.
Yes, she does.
I was in a lady swimsuit.
Yeah, you look
the things
great.
I do for my wife.
It was good. I'm telling you, the swimsuit wasn't nearly as provocative as you in the gauchos. You can see your twig end berries. So you can take that off now if you want.
Wait, I'm starting to think like, what else do I look like? I look. I don't know what this is right here. Like the
because I have look at how much hair I have.
Yeah.
If I have to wear that, it's got to go somewhere.
I look like a cafeteria worker in Provincetown. I look like. Hey, welcome to this haunted house. This is Pokey the Clown. Welcome. Would you like to see my magic dance of pokiness? You put your right foot in and shake it all about. I'm Pokey the Clown.
And Tracy says, so there's been a lot of updates about using satin pillowcases to help with trackage and frizz. Exactly. That's why I got it. I do have satin pillowcases as well, which is also an option, but this will keep your head from sliding all over. Plus you can wear it in your house and I don't know. I got to tell you, this morning we had a kid come by, wanted to ride to school because we're the old people on the corner.
And that was not happening.
The only problem was that I was high off my ass. I can't drive children that are not mine. I'm not driving any children. I'm not driving anybody when I'm high off my ass. And Doug's like, I got a meeting. Trace says you look like a French chef. Oh, bonjour. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. What are you doing? It's like making like a puppet.
Hello.
Is it like you can make it like a little vagina?
I am Chappie the Hat.
Make it like a little vagina with like a little clitoris. Can you do that? Tracy said I would like to see the swimsuit. LOL. Only by permission, of course. Can I send it to Tracy? She's been such
no. I do not think so. Chappie
Let me just tell you guys right now, if my husband ever fucking yells at me again the way he yelled at me on last Monday, it's going live.
Oh.
It's going live.
Hello to you. You have luscious hair. My name is Chappie the Hat. Jabba the Hat. It used to be Jabba the Hat. Now it's Chappie the Hat because we got to do we got into some legal things with the Star Wars people. But Chappie the Hat.
So the other there's been a story from young Wesley that he sent us. But the other one that we have today is that the cicadas are coming.
Cicadas are coming.
So we're going to be cool here in but apparently the cicadas, there's a dual emergence and it could be a trillion bugs of two species. So apparently they come
Are you sure they're not locusts?
They come out of the ground.
They must be related to the locusts.
And it's going to make a racket.
Oh, I love them. They are
it's
so delicious.
The convergence of two cicada broods that will practically shake the Midwest with their chirping. Dude, I don't know how. So the synchronized emergence of brood 13 and brood 19 will fill the air from Iowa to Virginia with over 1 trillion bugs.
You're going to be seeing those on radar.
Can you imagine driving through there with a Jeep with no doors on
I've driven through some cicadas back in year was that? It was a long time ago. Drove to Virginia for a wedding, and it was cicada madness. It was crazy.
Well, I will tell you, we've driven back from the Everglades, and the Jeep is just covered in a gray coating of bugs. The entire fucking Jeep is just covered in bugs. I can only imagine what it would be like with cicadas. You would just be like,
cicadas are large and in charge.
So I feel bad for people dealing with horny cicadas. You might want to avoid pretty much Arkansas, Mississippi, Illinois, Iowa.
Georgia,
Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia till they're gone.
They're afraid to come to Florida.
And the next time they'll merge together is
2245.
2245. So this is happening. I don't know when. It's just for the first time in 21 years. It doesn't say
21 years. Wow. This is a confluence of broods.
But wait, when does it say when?
When does it start?
Spring.
This spring. Oh yeah, coming this spring. And there's going to be a
not coming to see you until
there's going to be an eclipse. A total eclipse
of the
goddamn bugs.
It's
craziness. It's just craziness.
Turn around, bright eyes. Tracy said, "Oh shit." Yeah. That's pretty much it. This is a biblical proportion I was talking about. A lot of people talking about end times. And then Tracy says, "Love bugs, yuck, and peel the paint off." Yeah, I got enough problems with my paint already. I got somebody told me that ducks were going to scratch the paint on my Jeep. First of all, they're rubber and 4 squares. And second of all, you have not seen my Jeep.
You'd have to get through the dirt to get to the paint. So
it's a whole thing.
It's an extra layer of protection.
Tracy says, "I'm good in Georgia. I don't leave the house except you have a pool and dogs, and they're all going to be covered.
They're going to be eaten, carried away by a giant cicada."
And then let's see what else we got. Wes sent over some really good stories today. So run for your lives is really what it comes down to.
Oh, they were the last one's the best.
Well, I don't know where you're going with, but sure,
that's a good one.
So this one is just really cool because I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a scuba diver, and this diver came along a stingray in the water that had a hook in its mouth. It didn't look like it had been there that long, but this diver, spent an hour getting it out of his mouth. What's, you have about an hour's worth of oxygen, depending on what kind of tank setup you have. I can't really tell what he's got going on. But what an act of kindness. So divers, even those of us, like normally you have a bag and you can put like lobsters in it if you catch lobsters, because you can get, at least in Massachusetts, I don't know what it is down here, or it was in Massachusetts, a lobster permit, $40 for the season. You can get 14 lobsters a day. Don't go anywhere near the lobster traps. Lobstermen do not like that. As a matter of fact, up in where's the Gloucester? Where's the Gloucester
Ipswich,
area?
Gloucester,
that area. There was a woman, scuba diver, diving for lobsters. She had, because when you have your dive flag and you have your lobster permit number, and she was diving near someone's lobster traps, and somebody dropped a cinder block down on her. Because they were like, get the fuck, because they're worried that she's raiding the traps or something that could be going in the traps.
But the good news is that in water, a cinder block only weighs 1.5 pounds. So the joke's on the cinder block.
I don't know about that. But I don't think that that's true. But
I just made it up.
So she, so in any case, but most divers will pick up trash while they're down there. We help animals. We pick up trash. We don't disturb the bottom. We're generally very nice. We care about the planet. So yeah, there's a nice little video of him.
And there he goes.
Ray, is he stuck? Is that before he was free, or?
Looks like he might be caught right there. Yeah. I tried to help a seagull that had a fish hook in his mouth, but it's kind of hard to catch a seagull.
You could. Tracy says it's so cool. She loves this, and she's laughing. I agree with you. I think that all of it is good. And then let's see what else Wes has sent us over today. Oh, this is kind of a big deal. So, and certainly because we were talking about teaching yesterday. So the Newton schools are striking. And it's been eighth day of their strike. Yeah. And they're being fined like hundreds and thousands of dollars for being on strike. And now it's increasing. So it's they reached a total of $375,000 in fines from a judge that has ordered them for them to return to work. And now it's they're going to add $50,000 a day bringing the total to $475,000. They're trying to force the strike to end. That's kind of bullshit. Parents are then testifying about how it's upsetting their children, about parents need to get to work.
I was wondering, do they have to now go an extra 8
educations.
days at the end of the year? Like, how are they going to deal with that?
It's possible. But you know, the thing that you know, say what you will about unions in general, they're in a, you know, what happens with the unions is they all support one another. And it's interesting to see if the other unions are going to come in support of the Newton educators. I don't know anything specific about the strike. The teachers, if I had to guess, probably have a very good reason for striking. But I'm curious as to what their reasons are. I don't know. We don't have an opinion on this strike or not, but it's just interesting to know that 8 days and they're trying to agree on salaries and other issues.
Well, I know that when I was a kid, maybe 10, 12 years old, my dad was part of the teachers union because he taught for a state college, and they didn't go on. The college, state college, it was somebody else went on strike, so they went on strike to help them, and it went on for like a protracted amount of time. And so there was no money coming into the Gear House at that juncture during that strike, and that was not good.
Not a good time. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so many things to consider, and I think that, you know, obviously, you know, there's so many teachers that have gotten burnt out on their jobs, and then there's so many teachers that are frustrated with the administration. If I had children today, I would be fucking homeschooling. I had planned to homeschool my kids, because of my situation. It didn't work out that way, but I definitely think that you know, it's really hard on parents when something happens like this.
Well, because
it's disruptive to their,
and they got to go to work, and they got, you know, like, and you know, they don't have coverage, and they, you know, it's a.
Let's hope for the sake of everybody.
Yeah,
hopefully they can reach a solution that works. I don't know how you can force somebody to go to work, but you know, in the land of the free. Well, it just baffles me. We live in the land of the free, but a judge is going to order you to go to work against your will.
Well, we'll have to. I want to look into. Like, I want to know why they're on strike. I will have to read into that.
I don't want to turn it into a whole political thing.
No, I don't either.
But I would
kind of like to know why.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make a whole thing about it on the podcast. I'm just saying that it's interesting that they're in their 8th day, and Wes brought it up as a topic. So if he thinks it's interesting, the rest of the world thinks it's interesting. Well, Anne is going to bed. She says, "Night all. It's going to be a long day." Then the last one that he gave me was,
this is the best one.
This is the one that Doug is excited about.
I love this one.
Is that, and this was from the Associated Press. Great story, Wes. Good job. What am I doing here? Present circus animals. So if anybody wants to sign up, this is from the Associated Press. Zebras, camels, and flames. Oh my, circus animals rescued after a truck catches fire on the Indiana highway.
Craziness. Wow. This is like stuff out of a Curious George book. Like, things have run amok.
Wow.
And look at it's on fire.
That's fucked up. But the good news is
the camels.
No animals were hurt.
No animals were hurt. And there's the zebras.
You know, that's quite the story to have to tell your friends. And I don't know that things like that happen in Indiana every day or anywhere else every day. But
no, I just saw it was just such a. I'm glad that nothing bad happened, but I mean, that's not one you hear every day.
It's definitely not one you hear every day. I'm trying to think of anything else, but I honestly, it's 9:15. We went all the way to 10 last night. That was crazy. We're too tired for that shit.
Yeah.
There's probably more to know.
There's always more to know.
Oh, you know, there was something about Costco yesterday that I wanted to that happened that I thought was really funny. So we were in the meat section. We were taking a corner or whatever, and this woman was giving her husband a hard time about something. I said she joked about hitting her husband with something. I said, you can hit my husband with it.
Oh, I said something about you could hit him with a slab of ribs or something or whatever with a steak.
Go ahead and hit him. Go ahead. And
she said, like, let me freeze it first.
And then they had that. I said, I like you. You're my kind of girl. And we walked around the corner and there's these two sets of loppers. One's a big set of lopper. And one's like the little pruners.
A lopper is a bush trimmer, right?
Yeah.
Like,
hedge trimmer.
Yeah, hedge trimmer.
And so we're over there and the woman's, you know, she's nearby still shopping. I said, ma'am, you could use this if he gets out of line. And I said I'd have to use the big one, which is why we're still married and I haven't killed him yet. Thank you.
And
for
then,
your penis. If you haven't seen Doug's penis, look at the video of the couch host. You get a pretty good idea. That was soft.
Yeah, this is not. This podcast doesn't pay me enough to do this stuff. But didn't the lady say something about? Oh, well, I hope you're not on.
Oh, well, she said, "I hope you're not on social media." I said, "I have a live nightly podcast."
Oh
so there you go.
Oh my.
Tracy's glad they're all okay.
Yeah.
Everybody and anybody else who's watching is completely horrified. And it's 9:08. So
Yeah.
oh no, 9:08. It's 9:16.
Yeah, that was 8 minutes ago.
Well, there's a little bit of a it's a little bit behind in Instagram. I'm curious as to how the video quality is on Instagram. I'll have to check one of these days. Trace says perfection.
I thought it was perfectin, like it was like a new medicine. Perfectin.
Oh, it could be.
Having a bad day, take perfectin.
I will say when I type ION, I always like TION. I always put the I before the T. I think it's like the way I type it just comes in faster.
Yeah. I have a weird thing that when I type my name, Doug, the O is capitalized. The D and the O are capitalized. So I'm like, maybe I should just change my name. Maybe that's my brand because every time I type it, it comes out that way.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's do some gratitude and wrap up.
Gratitude.
We're always grateful. Always. Number one thing we're grateful for.
The people.
The people that support the podcast. Yeah. Thanks, guys. It means so much to us. If you could tell your friends, share, like, comment, leave us a review, it would help us so much because
lots of folks. I am extremely grateful for the amazing buffalo chicken quesadilla
that you made.
Lunch.
Congratulations.
So
are you grateful that I found you that recipe?
I am grateful you found that recipe.
I'm in charge of recipes. Doug's in charge of doing the work. I'm in charge of organizing our thoughts and grocery list. Doug is in charge of unloading the groceries. I think we make a pretty good team.
Well,
I would rather be healthy and do the cooking myself.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it definitely helps. And it definitely, because it's always stressful for me because my I would just eat a bowl of cereal or something.
Well, we did have a bowl of cereal today.
We did because we got some weird thing. But anyways,
it was so good. We should bring that cereal out so people know what it is tomorrow.
But what I was going to say is that like I would just like I got enough going on. I just give me some toast or some cereal or something like that.
Yes, you'll be even more malnourished.
Stacey, right? We've got to eat clean. We've got to eat healthy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it is somewhat stressful. And if you don't stay in front of it, it gets even more stressful. So we've been sort of in front of it, and everything that we have is organic. Those quesadillas were are almond flour, so that's
healthy all around.
That's
I just want to shout out to Angie Musa, who is just joining us on Instagram. Angie,
is Angie the one I met, or was the other one I met?
She's the first Musa that you met before Nora, but you've never met Dina.
Okay, I thought I met
Dina is an attorney, and she will sue your ass. So shop. That's
the worst kind of attorney.
The most beautiful girls. It's so sweet, so kind, so funny, and their parents are delightful as well.
I'm so, and Angie, if you've been watching for a while, I'm sorry because this podcast is not for everybody.
Yeah, it's completely horrifying. You really should.
Well, we're not for everybody.
I think she might even be fucking 21 now.
Who, Angie?
Yeah.
Wait, no. I thought Angie was older.
No, Dina's the oldest, Nora's the middle, and then Angie's the baby.
I don't know who I met.
But I think she's 21.
I don't know who I met. And I remember liking who I met. So if it's you were very nice.
And now we have more things to be thankful for. Trace is thankful for you for a new recipe tonight of garlic butter steak tips. Oh, I've seen that recipe.
Nice,
very good.
I did the chicken like that. The garlic. Yeah.
Very well done. I'm thankful for this podcast and all the laughs. I'm thankful for getting credit for my cable and internet for being nice to people and asking nicely. That's the thing. Dude, it's actually
marital hate tip.
One of the funnest things that you can do is like go out of your way to be super nice to call center people, compliment them, thank them profusely. You will feel great. They will feel great, and you'll get free shit. Do it.
I'm thankful. I got to talk to my buddy George today. That was.
I'm glad you guys talked to George. I like George. He's a good egg.
I'm glad that I'm grateful that you got some sleep today. Much needed sleep.
I'm grateful for cannabis oil. I would be dead without it. I'm grateful for my biomat. I'm grateful for. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
We'll update you on that if.
We're going to see a new doctor.
Well, we're probably going to get either a good story out of it or a funny story out of it. So either way, you guys win.
We'll see. Tomorrow we will talk about the doctor's appointment. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I miss my friend Christina called me today. I was sound asleep. I'm grateful that I got some clothes. I don't know if they're going to fit me. I'm grateful for the fashion show you gave me. That was the highlight of my week so far. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for having a good time manifesting last night. That was just like, ooh, it was like next level.
That's excellent.
I wish that for everyone. And I don't know. You got anything else?
Oh, we wanted to talk about this plant.
We got to talk about this plant. We're going to bring it out before. Just one last thing.
We do it right now.
Show you guys. Just bring it out.
I'll get it.
You guys aren't going to fucking believe this. Just the one last thing that we have to talk about. We bought this amaryllis at Trader Joe's for Christmas. We were going to give it to our neighbor, this woman that lives next door, and I never brought it over. So it was just like sitting on our table. So one morning we wake up and there's like a little flower sprouting out of it. Can you start it on the camera just at the bottom at first?
All right. So it came in this little glass.
So it came like this. And one morning we wake up and there's just these little flowers. There was 3 of them. Huge flowers. We're like, okay. And now look at this. What the fuck is that? It's beautiful, but like
it is. All right. So
it's gigantic.
That is from Stacey's head.
It's big as my head
to her bum. So I don't know how I don't know how tall you are.
5'7",
but that's at least half of your height. That thing is good. Like, yeah, this. All right, so the camera doesn't even get it. Yeah, that's look at. Ooh,
they really are gorgeous. But what
I
don't know if they're supposed to stay in there. If we're supposed to replant them. If we're what the hell do we do with it? But we're grateful for it. It makes us smile. We're really happy. We really appreciate all the people that come to the podcast and watch. And it looks like a lot of people have been here tonight. And we're getting ready to wrap up, so that's good. It's interesting that some of the people that are watching, Tony, I don't know if Tony is still watching, but Tony, when you coming? More Jeep work. I don't even know what the fuck to fix next. Is it the clutch? Is it the fucking TPMS system? It's always something.
It's something.
It's the
but
Jeep.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna have Tony just come in and just like.
We should put him on retainer. Like $500 a week.
He is on retainer. I just give him $700 more bucks. Thank you to everybody who comes and supports the podcast. Michelle, Angie, Kathy, Keith, Tony, Nick Williams, Daniel, Eleanor Almeida. I went to middle school with.
Oh, really?
Really
is that
sweet girl. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Well, one of the few people from my middle, like half of us are fucking red.
Risa was here tonight. Daniel
and Tracy, OG Lesbies in his house. All the master haters, Daniel, and
thanks
Risa,
for Wes for the stories.
Thanks to Wes for the stories. We didn't really get much out of Nolan today. I should check on him and see what he's up to. And I don't know. And I'm just grateful for having positive vibes.
And I'm grateful tomorrow is Wednesday.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Anything else going on this week? We might get together. By the way, I suggested to the hack sets that if any of us felt up to it, we should meet up for lunch this weekend.
That would be great.
It would be nice to see people. You guys, it's been really hard because, when you have a chronic illness, it's hard because I want to make plans. I want to do things. I want to be able to function, but it doesn't always go that way. So,
and when it's Florida, it's in the 50s. You just don't feel like
leaving. I woke up in agony because it was too fucking cold. I had to sit on the biomat, take cannabis oil, and sleep all fucking day because it was, a reasonable temperature. It's craziness.
You're getting a basking lamp.
Says, great stories, Wes. Thank you. We do have the sauna, but I haven't pooped and I'm having butthole problems, so I'm not really sure what to do next.
And now you know.
Now everybody knows.
So.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.